What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today I wanted to talk about maps in Modern Warfare and what I would like to see for the future of post-launch maps in this game. This is something I've been asked a decent amount over the past couple months. A lot of people are asking, would I prefer to see old maps like they've been mainly doing, or would I prefer to have brand new maps that we have never played before added to the game? Now up until this point, for regular maps at least, we've seen 3 maps return. We've seen Crash, Vacant, as well as Shipment. And for non-gunfight or ground war maps, the only brand new map that we've seen is Shoot House. And this is a little bit strange because in the past with Call of Duty, normally with a DLC pack, we would get 3 new maps and 1 remade map, or something along those lines at least. This time around, it's been primarily remakes, which is a little bit strange. Now, as for my opinion on what I would prefer, new maps or old maps, I do kind of have mixed feelings. On one hand, the old maps are tried and true, we know we like them, we know they play well, and it also has that certain nostalgia factor which feels great. At the same time, it does kind of get old when that's all they're adding to the game is old maps that we've already played before. It's kind of exciting for the first couple days to play a new game on an old map that we know and love, but at the end of the day, for many of us, we've already put hundreds of hours into that map, so it doesn't really add a whole lot of excitement outside of that initial nostalgia. Additionally, the base maps that came with the game, which are all brand new maps that we've never seen before in Call of Duty, are generally not well liked. There's a couple of them that I kind of like, but in all, I'm not really a big fan of the new map design in Modern Warfare. As a result, I definitely see a pretty strong argument for wanting to just keep remastering old maps and bringing them into Modern Warfare because we just know they work. At the same time though, I'm definitely craving some new experiences in Modern Warfare. It does get a little bit old playing those remade maps over and over again, and it doesn't really feel like we've had anything new, at least for 6v6 and 10v10, since the launch of the game. So if it were up to me, I would like them to bring some new maps into the game for 6v6. However, I would still like to see some old maps return. It would be nice if they just sprinkled a few old maps in with some fresh new content. Additionally, when bringing old maps back, I really hope they take a more careful approach to the doors. I feel like they've just been throwing doors in every single doorway that existed in the previous maps, and those maps weren't designed with interactable doors in mind. Now, I'm not saying that they need to do away with doors completely, but it would be nice if they looked at it a little more carefully and only place interactable doors where it makes sense to place that, where it would be a nice tactical place to put it, for instance, and not basically in every single area where a doorway existed in the old map. Now, speaking of old maps, there are currently a few maps that are rumored to be coming to Modern Warfare from various sources. Keep in mind, none of these have really been officially confirmed at this point. But first up, we have Scrapyard from Modern Warfare 2. This actually exists on the giant Battle Royale map that the ground war maps take place on. You can see that Scrapyard is there, so I do expect to see Scrapyard at some point in the future with this game. Also, Broadcast, this is actually in the little intro scene for this season. You can see what looks to be Broadcast, so that's likely going to be coming to the game at some point as well. Additionally, a little while back, Sub Base from Modern Warfare 2 was leaked to be in the code for this game. We don't know for sure if that's just like leftover assets or something like that. We don't know 100% that it's coming, but it was leaked to be in the code, so that's another one that could be coming back and I think would play really well in Modern Warfare. And finally, there's been some pretty heavy rumors that Rust will be making a return as a 2v2 and possibly 6v6 map as well. So out of all of those, I think those would be great choices and great additions to the game. However, there are a few other maps from previous Infinity Ward games that I would love to see come to Modern Warfare. The first one is Afghan. I think Afghan would play really well in this game. Lots of open spaces, areas for streaks to absolutely dominate. I think that would be great. Next up, High Rise. I just think High Rise plays so well. It's a nice symmetrical 3-lane sort of a map. And I personally like those maps, and I think that Modern Warfare could do with a few more of those maps mixed in with their less symmetrical sort of map design that they have. Next up, Crossfire. Crossfire is one of my favorite maps from COD 4, and we've never seen it return for some reason. I just really like that map. and how a wide variety of playstyles are viable on that. You've got the clear sniper positions and sniper lanes, so snipers can do really well on that map. Then there's a lot of assault rifle battles around the middle, and then SMGs and shotguns can flank through the buildings. I really like how Crossfire played back in COD 4, and I'm actually kind of surprised that it's never returned outside of Modern Warfare Remastered, of course, in Call of Duty, and I would love to see that come back for Modern Warfare. And another map coming from a previous Infinity Ward game, this is Warhawk from Ghosts. In general, I wasn't a big fan of the map design in Call of Duty Ghosts. However, Warhawk was one of those exceptions. I think that map plays quite well, and I think it would also be a good addition to Modern Warfare. So those would be my personal top picks as far as previous maps returning to Modern Warfare. But like I said, I would like to see them sprinkled in with some new content, rather than mainly getting these old maps and very few new maps. Additionally, one more thing I wanted to mention relating to maps in this game, and I think something that is contributing to that feeling of being burnt out of the current maps in this game, is there's still no option to vote for a map, or at the very least, vote to skip the map that's going to be coming up next. With this, I often find myself ending up playing on maps that I don't particularly like or don't really want to play on, and that kind of burns me out on the game. I would much rather have some say in the maps that I play. Even if I don't win the vote and get the map that I necessarily want, it would be nice to get a little bit of control over which maps I'm going to be playing. But of course, that's just my opinion, and that's pretty much where I wanted to wrap up today's video. I'd like to know in the comments section below. First off, what do you prefer? Do you prefer them bringing back old maps and remastering them, maybe making a few tweaks to them? Or would you prefer brand new maps that we've never seen before? And also, out of all of the previous Infinity Ward games, which maps do you think would be great to return to Modern Warfare? If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.